Hello, I'm Aiden. Welcome back to my channel. It's time for more Polybridge 3 today. Should be very exciting. I believe we're still in the Lava Lagoon map. 2 sheep difficulty. I think we're going to be able to clutch these out though. 6 levels remain in Lava Lagoon, which is pretty epic and cool. This one, go your own way. Cars only barely need to touch the checkpointer flag. Bueno. Oh, I'm understanding now. Okay, so how's that gonna work? So the mail van, damn, these are pretty heavy too. 9.5 mass, 5 mass. I think the mail van is tall enough to get its star, but then I'll have to send the Jeep up to get its star, because I can't do a bump on the bottom right because then the mail van wouldn't make it at all, unless I just send them both up, which would probably simplify things. I might actually just do that, just send them both to this top node. It'll be more pricey because I'll have to support the mass of 14.5 with the two of these combined. But I think that's the way I want to do it. I do have foundations. I don't really want to break those out, quite frankly, because those are too expensive for me. A little slight curve. A little slight curve is going to help us out. Because I think both, yeah, they both have good horsepower and stuff. A little curve is not going to hurt anybody. Just gonna add a little structural pizzazz, you know? Don't take it from me though, I'm not an engineer. I don't actually know these things to be true. But if I say them pretty confidently, then it's like pretty believable, right? Maybe I should just not admit that, like, I'm not an engineer. I should just roll with it. I should pretend I'm an expert. I mean, it's definitely disingenuous, but it could be kind of a funny bit. Wonder how many people would actually believe it. A little under support. Do a little under support, because those tended to work out great last episode. I'm a little worried here too that it's all wood. I think wood tends to not enjoy lots of weight on it, which is unfortunate for me because steel too pricey. To put it simply, steel too pricey. I don't like it too much. Don't like it too much at all. This looks logical. I've got this node here, which is pretty fantastic for me. I think I could do a little something like this, maybe? Could be kind of fun. That looks nice. I don't know if it's doing much. But it looks pretty cool. So part 1 of the bridge. I don't want to move on yet until I know this works. Does it hold itself? It holds itself. Okay, so my brain was working. It is as I thought, where most of the weight of the curve can only be supported by this node so much, right? And it's all coming down to these 2 points here. So, shucks. I might have to switch it to steel, but I'm gonna see if I can get away with a cheeky little muscle. I have my doubts, but it's worth a shot. Freaking H, dog! What the fuck? No, it's fine. It's really fine. I might just have to make the this whole under support steel. But being the fact that I'm stubborn, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this until it doesn't work. Shucks. This seemed like such a good idea in theory. And then, why you? Really? Really? Triangle too small? Not enough wood confirmed? That's terrible news. Let's extend it one more then. I know I'm adding weight to the bridge, which can be problematic. Yeah. Shucks. Wait, the same piece too? That's not epic at all. Okay, I'm gonna have to succumb to the steel. Succumb to the steel ways. I don't know why that one bit. And now it's neighbor? Hey, yo. Someone get these goofy ass triangles in shape, dog. This is unbelievable. I mean, this... Tell me I'm wrong, right? Tell me I'm wrong. This looks like a logical bridge. Pretty... well... I don't even think that's very low budget, to be honest. I don't even think this is like the smartest way to do it. Now that I'm thinking about it. Ah, shucks. I really don't think this is the smartest way to do it. But it seemed clever in theory. No? Okay, maybe... oh, frick, bro. Rest in peace. It works now, which is fantastic news. I knew it would. I knew it would, honestly. I didn't have doubts at all. And then I'll do a similar little guy, a littler guy, yonder way. But this one I'm less concerned about breaking, because it's such a short span. Like, ideally it shouldn't have trouble. But I've said that before. I've certainly said that before, and I've been wrong before too, which nobody likes to admit. I do it all the time though, both being wrong and admitting I'm wrong. So I think I'm all good in those aspects. Not to pat myself on the own back or anything like that. This ought to work. Am I certain? Hell no. I was certain about that side, and that shit cost 20 grand, so... we know the first part holds. Does the... oh! Oh! Wait, this is epic. I'm 13.5 grand under budget. Is that good enough, though? With the goal being... top 50% every map. Is that gonna do it? Let's freaking go! Let's freaking go! Top 34% is pretty excellent. I did have to succumb to using steel. There were a good handful of bridges there. In the last couple episodes I got away with doing no steel. But kept the stress about 90%, give or take. Top 34% is pretty good. And I didn't use the bottom path at all. I wonder if other people thought to do that also. Wins only, most recent. Whoa, 20 grand. Really? Okay. So this looks like it has no steel at all. By a fellow named Chakozai? So no steel, but they did arches. They did arches that start underneath on each side. Oh, okay, yeah, I get it. So that's how they utilized the node. The bottom road node is they made an arch bridge out of it that starts low and then comes over top, which is way smarter than what I did. I arched the road and then went from there. They kept the road straight and they arched to the bridge. Big brain, I'll give you that. And then I see little utilization of the road as a support because it's stronger than steel, but less expensive. Or no, it's stronger than wood, less expensive than steel, which is pretty big brain. What are you? 43 grand. Changmul 815. Look how low that stress is. I wonder if this is another one of those, like, green run, like, as low stress as you can possibly get type deals, because they were literally $8 under budget. And the stress was sub 34%. What am I looking at? So same idea, taking the road straight up, but the second half of the road is not. The road is straight across and held up by what looks like just wooden muscles, which is confusing. I mean, I'm sure that has to reduce stress somehow, if that was the goal of this person. I'm just confused how that is more efficient than just bringing the road down. That's pretty confusing. I actually have no idea. These bits make sense here. We've seen like similar like curving up to almost vertical supports, and they utilized road as well. Huge, tall, proud trusses. That's fantastic. Yeah, all these supports are super logical except for the ending. I don't know why it's... Why is the road straight? Why is it floating? You can very clearly see the mail truck take a big tumble. Well, I guess not a huge tumble, but he definitely like kerklunks. But I don't know why. He falls the shit down. Like he bites it for sure. The little yellow Jeep. I don't know what we were thinking there. I want to find one, if I can. I want to find one that utilizes the bottom road, because I don't know how you would do that. Someone here did, it looks like. What the fuck? What? Oh my god. Yo, wait a minute. Zofaf. I wish I could zoom in, because it's so blurry I can't really see the intricate mechanism of how they get that to drop. Something broke, which is why it's max stress. That's remarkably strong though. I mean, that's pretty nuts. But the mail truck releases something that was stationary, held on by what looks like a wooden rope maybe, and it drops a tinier bridge to do exactly what I said at the start wouldn't work, by giving the Jeep something to bump up on to get the star from underneath. That's cool as shit. Wow. That is really neat. I can get down with that for sure. Big boat. Big boat. 60 grand and a really big boat. Tow truck. Slightly heavy, not terrible though. No hydraulics, thank God. Big boat. Okay, so this one will probably be a pretty legit skill test, I would imagine, to see how little I can spend to get over this big boat. As long as there's pixels in between, the boat will clear. And this tow truck's got a pretty short wheelbase, so I'm not really worried about him unable being unable to get up the ramp or anything. 12 horsepower, it'll be fine. In theory. How I'm gonna support it is a totally different aspect. 2 nodes on the bottom, which is helpful because I figure I'll have to do some kind of support that comes out and then maybe just truss over the top as best I can. But using these bottom support nodes is probably going to be essential, unless of course I don't use them at all. How about that? What if I just didn't use them at all? What if I did the same damn idea as last time? Although that idea kind of didn't pan out for the most part. We're not keeping track though. Learning from our mistakes? Not allowed. Sorry about that. I just figure it is more than logical to make a bridge that looks like this. And then copy flippy droppy, right? Considering, I'm just hypothesizing here, considering I'm almost 40 grand under budget, probably not gonna hold. 7.5 mass? Oh, freak, dude. But it looks like such a nice bridge. Doesn't it look nice? I think it looks nice. Well, if I've been taught anything, it's probably the fact that these bits are gonna have to be steel. Or I triple down and just make them wooden muscles. Just off jump. Oh, but that means if trends do continue, then these parts will break also. Which isn't promising. At all. But with the life of one tow truck driver on the line, I'm willing to risk it to see if the bridge holds itself. Okay, it does hold itself. Big boat. Wait a minute. Is this just gonna work? Holy shit! It just worked! Top 25%. Oh my god. Wow, yeah, that's pretty epic. Didn't even breach 90% stress. I was worried it was just gonna collapse and I'd have to put steel in there. Top 25%, first try. I'm seeing some, in this sidebar here, I'm seeing some shit that's probably gonna humble me. But I'm super happy with how that worked. What are you? So Joris Newman made probably the most stylish bridge I've seen in a long time. What are we thinking here? What? I already mentioned it was stylish, now I'm thinking practicality. Why the road on top? Maybe just to finish the style? Finish off with extra style points, perhaps? The waviness is fantastic. 53 grand, so they were technically still under budget. 98% stress. I'm kind of surprised, actually, with how locked in all of it is, that it went that high on stress, but I'm guessing the weight of the bridge itself took a toll, which is probably why it's higher stress. That is just really cool looking. That's really neat. I like that. There was a couple, like this. John Lowkick, who I think I may have seen a bridge from before in this series. Super efficient. Definitely Definitely humbles my bridge. 95% stress, they did it for sub 20k. Sub 20k is nuts. So it's essentially the same style bridge that I made, just a million times better, I want to say. Super optimized, very efficient. The truss on top, I extended out further on either side. So I'm guessing if this type of design can work for John Lokick, maybe in my future designs I don't have to worry as much about the top truss and just really... Just look at these clean lines, man. That's so good. I'm actually surprised the bottom truss holds like it does. But that's super cool. Clean. Clean, as we say in the biz. Lonely Island. 50 thou. Only 8 pieces of steel. I see. Quite. Huh. So it's like a foundation without the node, without the, you know, the oomph to it. 50 grand. The DeLorean, which is blue now, pretty stylish actually. There's like lights and stuff in the back. Are they like emulating the Back to the Future DeLorean? I'm pretty sure there's like a flux capacitor and shit, and it wasn't just 3 lights. But what do I know? I could be wrong. DeLorean, not super heavy. But this, how long is this span? 30.5 meters. Yowza. That's a lot. That is a lot indeed. 30.5 meters. Okay, I think off jump I'm gonna put the trusses on the bottom to bring me closer to the aforementioned Lonely Island. And I think that's gonna work out just fine, because that way, like, I can put a wall brace in like that, you know? And it'll be sensical. And then the trusses will bring me closer to the island, which is sensical. It's all gonna make sense. It'll all pan out in the end. I'm gonna try my damnedest to make the bridge symmetrical, because symmetrical bridge is a happy bridge. So if I do, actually I wanna do a little bit of that. Curve it down towards the Lonely Island type deal. And then we can curve it back away, and then curve it back down. Does that make sense? Kind of make it look like a bunch of little arches, perhaps. I just want to see. I just want to see if this is copy flippy. Oh no. Oh no, I can't. Or can I? Kinda. Yeah, that'll work. That'll be fine. Honestly, that's great. So that'll pan out fantastically. Right? Probably. I'm just guessing at this point. It's just me guessing. So these are the two long trusses here. So I almost want to do something like this. And then create some kind of contraption that'll support it. I really don't... Actually, I don't think I need that. I probably do. I probably will end up needing that. That's fine. That's fine. I think, you know what? For the sake of being big brain before I need to be big brain. I'm slightly over half budget. It's kind of got the arches I was talking about, although this is definitely just a rat's nest. But oh well. Does it hold itself? Yes? Did I first try again? I first tried again, but on my top 50% though. 3 sheep. I unlocked 3 sheep, and I was top 25%. It's all coming up. It's all coming up Aiden today. It's all fantastic. Stress pretty low too. 75%. Top 25% is crazy. Am I finding out that I finally got good at Polybridge? After all these years? Let's see what other people did. I did it for 28k. You did it for 19? We crashed our boy. Whoa! Okay, so this was made by Sweaty. 99% stress. They did it for sub 20k. And they did it by making a little jump, if you will. It's essentially more of a fall. But then, like, as the car rebounds, the bridge shifts. Which makes sense. That right there is a hinge point. That can move. The bridge shifts, but doesn't break. Is fascinating. And that huge angle the DeLorean can get up because it's got like high horsepower. That's wild that works. I would have never thought to separate the two pieces of road. And then the way they use the Lonely Island, just inventing nodes on it, if you will, by making little triangles. That's pretty cool. That's pretty big brain, I will say. 42,000, this person. That is extravagant. Pretty low stress. Actually, I think that's higher stress than mine, but I'm not keeping track. This is Roy's masterpiece right here. So almost the same idea that I had, where you have the arches coming down towards the island. Huge steel hourglass support in the middle there. That's super strong. And then utilizing road as a support material as well with the under arches. And then just a bit of helpful truss on the top as well. That's pretty neat. A little high on the budget, but I would definitely trust driving my own car on this bridge. That looks remarkably secure. Next up on Polybridge 3, under over. We're gonna wrap Lava Lagoon on the next episode. That was kind of straight up like oops, all success today. I didn't even like, 2 of those were first try and it wasn't even like close to breaking. So perhaps I am goated. Let me know in the comments what you think of this series. I find it super fun. Lava Lagoon is kind of my bitch, I guess. It seems like. And the final 3 levels will be on the next episode of Polybridge 3, of course. If you enjoy this content, smooch that subscribe button. I appreciate you. Bye.